In a reimagined world where giant panthers loom 1,000 times their normal size, the balance of power shifts dramatically as humanity faces an existential threat, with initial estimates predicting a staggering death toll in the millions due to immediate attacks on urban centers, while the resulting damage to civilization could lead to catastrophic infrastructure collapse, economic downturns, and loss of cultural heritage, igniting a desperate struggle for survival against these magnificent yet terrifying creatures. As the war escalates, cities become battlegrounds, transforming into apocalyptic landscapes where the once thriving urban life is replaced by ruins and desolation, forcing humanity to band together in small bands of resistance, utilizing guerrilla tactics and innovative technology to fight back. But each ill-fated encounter with the Panthers results in further tragedy, with the potential for entire communities to be erased, and a looming question of whether humanity can truly prevail against such overwhelming odds. Despite the bravery exhibited by the resistance fighters, the relentless ferocity and sheer power of the giant panthers lead to an unspeakable humanitarian crisis, as entire populations are displaced, leading to refugee camps filled with desperate survivors seeking safety, while nations grapple with the complexities of military strategy against these colossal beasts, ultimately raising the harrowing question of whether the human spirit can outlast the devastation wrought by nature's formidable giants. As the war drags on, world leaders come together to forge unprecedented alliances, their discussions marked by urgency as resources dwindle and morale plummets, while the grim statistics reveal exponential increases in civilian casualties and widespread destruction, forcing humanity to confront not just the immediate threat but also the long-term implications for survival and coexistence in a world where nature has unleashed its fury through these titanic predators. In a reimagined world, the unimaginable scenario unfolds where colossal elephants, magnified to 1,000 times their natural size, engage in an epic battle against humanity armed with nothing but modern technology. This unprecedented clash raises questions about survival and dominance, as the sheer magnitude and strength of these titanic creatures threaten to obliterate human defenses, leading many to ponder not only who would emerge victorious in such a war, but also what strategies humanity could devise to combat such overwhelming odds. As the ground trembles under the weight of the giant elephants, panic ensues among the human population, prompting them to quickly strategize and employ advanced technologies such as drones and automated weaponry. Yet the sheer force of these behemoths, capable of uprooting entire buildings and trampling through military installations, renders conventional tactics seemingly futile, compelling humanity to rethink its approach to survival against such formidable adversaries. In a desperate bid for survival, top scientists and military strategists convene to analyze the behavioral patterns of these gargantuan elephants, striving to develop innovative countermeasures that could level the playing field. However, as the elephants continue their relentless advance through urban landscapes, demonstrating their sheer power by decimating skyscrapers and creating chaos among human defenses, it becomes increasingly clear that this battle may redefine the very essence of power and control on Earth. As tensions escalate to a breaking point, a dramatic standoff unfolds between the advancing giant elephants and a fortified line of human military vehicles, where soldiers, driven by desperation and a determination to protect their home, prepare for an inevitable clash. Just as the earth shakes beneath the weight of impending doom, a brave soldier launches a missile in a last-ditch effort to halt the monstrous advance, symbolizing the fierce will of humanity to resist annihilation against seemingly insurmountable odds. In a reimagined world where the laws of nature have been turned upside down, an unprecedented war breaks out between giant polar bears, each 1,000 times larger than their normal size, and humans equipped with today's advanced technology, prompting a fierce debate over who would emerge victorious in this epic showdown. As humanity scrambles to defend itself, the sheer size and power of these gigantic polar bears create a devastating force of nature that challenges even the most sophisticated military strategies. leading to a terrifyingly unpredictable battle for survival. With each encounter, the natural instincts of the giant polar bears clash with human technology, revealing the stark contrast between primal strength and modern warfare as both sides suffer heavy losses in this unprecedented conflict. As the battle rages on, scientists scramble to understand the unpredictable behavior of these enormous beasts, which seem to adapt and evolve with each confrontation, challenging humanity's assumptions about warfare and survival in this new reality. In a desperate attempt to regain control, military forces deploy every available weaponry against the behemoth polar bears, each explosion echoing the clash of survival instincts and technological prowess, raising questions about the very essence of humanity's dominion over nature. As the destruction spirals out of control, the line between predator and prey blurs, leading to a tense standoff where humans, driven by fear and desperation, must confront not only the physical threat of these titan-sized creatures, but also the moral implications of their fight for survival. With each passing hour, the stakes escalate, as humanity's resolve is tested against the overwhelming force of nature embodied by the gigantic polar bears, leading to a groundbreaking realization that survival may depend not only on weaponry, but also on understanding the very essence of these majestic yet fearsome creatures. In a reimagined world where humanity faces off against giant white tigers measuring 1,000 times their size, the catastrophic implications would reshape our civilization, leading to an estimated death count in the millions and irreparable damage to cities across the globe, as the sheer force and ferocity of these titanic creatures obliterate everything in their path, leaving behind not only physical destruction, but also a psychological scar that would haunt the survivors for generations. As the conflict escalates, entire civilizations would face collapse, with infrastructures crumbling under the titanic weight of these apex predators, leading to catastrophic economic repercussions and mass evacuations from previously bustling cities, while the relentless advance of these giant white tigers would evoke a primal fear that strips away the social order, pushing humanity to its limits as they attempt to combat an enemy that defies the very laws of nature. The relentless battle would lead to staggering losses, with projections indicating that upwards of 5 million lives could be lost in the ensuing chaos as militaries scramble to deploy advanced weaponry and strategies against an enemy that outmatches them in every conceivable way, resulting in devastation not only to physical structures, but to the very fabric of society itself, as communities disband and resources dwindle, forcing humanity to confront the stark reality that they are not the ultimate rulers of this planet. In the wake of such devastation, the aftermath would foster an unprecedented collaboration among nations, as the urgency to devise biological defenses against these colossal beasts unites rival countries, sparking a technological renaissance that could lead to innovations once deemed impossible. However, even as humanity strives to reclaim its place, the haunting memories of the countless lives lost and the civilizations shattered will serve as a constant reminder of the fragility of existence when faced with the raw power of nature. If you reimagined a world where humans were invaded by giant hyenas 100 times their size, the key to human survival would lie in crafting ingenious strategies that leverage guerrilla tactics, urban camouflage, and advanced technology to outsmart the beasts at every turn. In this fierce conflict, humans would utilize their environment strategically, employing traps designed to exploit the hyena's size while coordinating attacks from multiple fronts to distract and divide their powerful foes. To turn the tide of battle, humans would rely on innovative sound technology that could bewilder the hyenas, creating openings for surprise attacks that capitalize on the predator's momentary disorientation. As the war escalates, humans would formulate detailed strategies based on real-time intelligence, launching coordinated assaults designed not only to weaken the hyenas but to maintain morale among the defenders. In the heat of battle, with chaos all around, humans would exhibit remarkable courage and resourcefulness, adapting their tactics in real time to counter the relentless assaults of the giant hyenas, proving that unity and innovation can prevail against even the most formidable challenges. As the tides began to shift, the indomitable spirit of humanity would shine through, fostering a sense of camaraderie and resilience that would empower individuals to confront their fears and unite against the looming threat posed by the giant hyenas. By employing clever diversion strategies, humans would not only protect their settlements but also create opportunities for surprise attacks, proving that through ingenuity and teamwork they could turn the tide against their colossal adversaries. In the pursuit of victory, innovators and engineers would emerge as unsung heroes, developing cutting-edge weapons and defenses that would enhance the human ability to combat the overwhelming forces of the giant hyenas. As community leaders emerged, fostering discussions and strategizing together, it became clear that the strength of humanity resided not just in their technology, but in their unity and shared purpose amidst the looming threat of the giant hyenas. In a world where humans are invaded by giant monkeys 100 times their size, humanity would need to employ innovative strategies such as utilizing guerrilla tactics, advanced weaponry, and leveraging the environment to outsmart these colossal adversaries. By utilizing technology like drones for reconnaissance and distraction while setting traps in urban areas, humans would coordinate their defenses to undermine the sheer brute strength of these enormous invaders. In the heart of their operations, human leaders would gather in a secure command center, plotting intricate strategies while coordinating aerial assaults that take advantage of the momentary weaknesses of the massive monkeys. Using the element of surprise, humans would employ snipers hidden within rugged landscapes to target the weaknesses of the giant monkeys, while strategically deploying traps to capture and immobilize these formidable foes. In their fight for survival, humans would innovate in laboratories, creating specialized weapons designed to exploit the vulnerabilities of the giant monkeys, leading to intense confrontations that test both strength and strategy. As the war intensifies, humans would rally together in massive formations, employing both brute force and clever tactics against the advancing giant monkeys, turning the tide through sheer resolve and innovative engineering. By leveraging their knowledge of the terrain and employing stealth tactics, human forces would expertly plan ambushes on unsuspecting giant monkeys, capitalizing on every advantage in the increasingly chaotic conflict. In the throes of battle, humans would find success in collaborative efforts, deploying intricate maneuvers and advanced technology to systematically weaken the giant monkeys, all while fortifying their last bastions against the overwhelming threat. Amidst the turmoil, human resilience would shine through as communities unite under a common goal, pooling their resources and strategies while bracing themselves for a decisive confrontation against the invincible giant monkeys. In a reimagined world, the clash between giant bulls, each 1,000 times their normal size, and present-day humans would be catastrophic, leading to an unimaginable death toll that could easily surpass millions, as these massive creatures charge through cities, obliterating everything in their path and leaving civilizations in ruins. With fires raging, structures collapsing, and a complete breakdown of societal order as humanity struggles to respond to the sheer scale of the devastation unleashed upon them. As panic ensues, military forces would be deployed in a desperate attempt to mount a defense, but conventional weaponry would likely prove ineffective against these behemoths, resulting in further losses and chaos, while cities crumble under the relentless assault, leading to an estimated tens of billions in damages as critical infrastructure collapses and entire populations are displaced, signaling a dark chapter in human history. The aftermath of such a catastrophic conflict would not only reshape the physical landscape but also leave deep psychological scars on humanity, as survivors struggle to comprehend the scale of loss, with entire communities wiped out and millions mourning their loved ones, while the global economy faces a collapse due to infrastructure damage and the chaos of displacement, ultimately raising profound questions about humanity's vulnerability and the survival of our species in the face of such overwhelming odds. In this terrifying new reality, experts would frantically explore innovative technologies and defensive measures to combat the giant bulls, knowing that traditional warfare is futile, while communities unite in grief, creating memorials to pay tribute to the fallen. illustrating the human spirit's resilience even amid tragedy, as they seek to rebuild and find hope amidst the ruins, forever changed by the harrowing experience of facing giants that tested the very limits of survival. Imagine a world where humans are invaded by giant wolves 100 times their size. In this battle for survival, humans would rely on intelligence and technology to outmaneuver these colossal beasts. With clever tactics and high-tech weaponry, humans would create elaborate traps and defenses, turning the environment into their greatest ally. By deploying drones for reconnaissance and setting ambushes, humans would gradually weaken the wolf forces using their size against them. In the end, the resilience and determination of humanity would triumph over sheer size as they unified to protect their world and reclaim their future. Through collaboration and sacrifice, humans would not only survive the invasion but emerge stronger, forging a new era of unity and resilience against any adversity. As they rebuild, humanity would embrace a newfound appreciation for their world, striving to protect nature and coexist peacefully, learning from the challenges they faced. If you reimagined a world where humans share the earth with giant crocodiles, who would win in a war and why? In this scenario, humans might initially have the advantage with their technology and strategic thinking, but the sheer physical power and natural instincts of the giant crocodiles could prove formidable. Ultimately, the outcome would depend on the terrain and the tactics employed. Clever humans could potentially outmaneuver the crocodiles, but direct confrontations would favor the reptiles. In this precarious balance, both species would need to adapt, leading to a unique armistice where survival requires respect and understanding of each other's strengths. This newfound harmony opens doors for innovation as both humans and giant crocodiles learn from each other, reshaping their world into one of mutual respect and shared survival. As time progresses, this unusual alliance could bring about advancements in both technology and conservation, leading to a thriving ecosystem where both humans and giant crocodiles flourish. If humans were to confront an invasion of gargantuan goats, tactics would include utilizing advanced technology for harnessing their sheer size against them, while also creating fortified shelters that blend into the environment to launch surprise attacks, ultimately transforming the urban landscape into a battleground with strategic vantage points to outmaneuver these enormous adversaries. By deploying aerial drones to distract and confuse the giant goats, humans could gain an upper hand, employing guerrilla warfare tactics that involve hit-and-run strategies to weaken the goats' morale, while simultaneously using natural terrains to their advantage. Through the establishment of underground havens, humans could plan their maneuvers meticulously, employing advanced engineering to create traps that incapacitate these giant goats while minimizing casualties among their ranks. Utilizing behavioral science to exploit the goats' natural instincts, humans could develop methods to redirect these colossal creatures away from cities, ensuring safety while simultaneously studying their patterns to formulate effective counter-strategies. Employing psychological tactics alongside physical defenses, humans might use illusions and diversions to mislead the giant goats while simultaneously fortifying their cities with barricades and traps designed to contain or redirect these titanic foes. As night falls, humans could exploit darkness by employing high-tech night vision and sound devices to create confusion among the giant goats, enabling them to launch surprise attacks that capitalize on the creature's limited visibility and heightened auditory sensitivity. Celebrating small victories and the ingenuity of their strategies, humankind would rally together, reinforcing their defenses and working in unity to ensure that every successful engagement against the giant goats builds their confidence and determination for the ongoing struggle. In a reimagined world where giant jaguars, each estimated to be 1,000 times their normal size, clash with humanity armed only with contemporary technology, the consequences would be catastrophic as the death toll could reach millions, with entire cities reduced to ruins, leaving civilizations on the brink of collapse. The ferocity of these colossal creatures would lead to unprecedented damage to infrastructures, obliterating key resources and leaving entire populations struggling for survival, while the psychological impact would instill a deep-seated fear that might alter human behavior for generations. As this war escalates, the cumulative death count could soar into the hundreds of thousands, while the destruction of once thriving cities would leave behind haunting reminders of humanity's struggle against nature's fury, paving the way for environmental changes that might take centuries to reverse. In such dire circumstances, the societal fabric would fray, leading to chaos and riots among the remaining population as resources dwindle, while communities struggle to maintain hope in the face of overwhelming odds, ultimately questioning whether humanity could ever reclaim its place in a world dominated by these colossal predators. As time passes, the struggle for dominance would evolve into a tense standoff where the remnants of humanity adapt their tactics in a desperate bid for survival, forging alliances and rediscovering ancient instincts to combat the relentless advance of the giant jaguars that now lay claim to what was once human civilization. In this dire struggle for survival, humanity would be forced to innovate rapidly, creating rudimentary defenses and engaging in guerrilla tactics, while the relentless approach of the giant jaguars would serve as a constant reminder that the battle for existence is far from over, with each encounter threatening to tip the scales towards total annihilation. In a reimagined world, a harrowing conflict unfolds as humans face off against giants, massive cheetahs that stand 1,000 times their size, leading to unimaginable destruction as cities crumble under the weight of these colossal predators, resulting in staggering death counts that reach into the millions while civilization teeters on the brink of annihilation, showcasing the devastating impact of such a war on both humanity and the planet. As the battle rages on, the once vibrant cities now lie in ruins, with entire neighborhoods decimated and a haunting silence filling the air where laughter and life used to thrive, as survivors struggle to cope with the unprecedented death toll and the sheer scale of destruction wrought upon their civilization, demonstrating the terrifying power of nature unleashed in an uncontrollable war. In this shocking standoff, the determination of humanity is tested as they attempt to regroup and strategize against the relentless onslaught of these titanic predators who not only threaten their lives but also challenge the very essence of human civilization, leading to an existential crisis that questions whether mankind can adapt and survive against such overwhelming odds. As the situation escalates, the scientific community races against time to uncover vulnerabilities in the cheetah's anatomy, fueled by desperation and hope, while an unprecedented global alliance forms among nations, demonstrating the resilience of humanity in the face of extinction, fostering a spirit of cooperation unlike any seen before, as they band together to devise a plan to reclaim their world from these gargantuan invaders. With every passing day, the battle intensifies, showcasing a relentless innovation in warfare as the world's militaries deploy cutting-edge technology and unconventional tactics to confront the unstoppable force of the giant cheetahs, while within the shadows of destruction, ordinary citizens unite to support one another, creating a resilient community that embodies the unwavering spirit of survival amid despair, reminding us all that hope persists even in the darkest of times. If you reimagined a world where humans were invaded by giant snow leopards 100 times their size, it would be a battle of wits and strategy, where humanity's ingenuity comes into play as they devise advanced technology and guerrilla warfare tactics to outsmart and outmaneuver their colossal adversaries. As the snow leopards wreak havoc on urban landscapes, humans would adapt by establishing strongholds equipped with surveillance and defense systems, creating an intricate network of traps and distractions designed to draw the predators into ambushes. With each confrontation, humans would learn from their encounters, employing clever tactics such as using the terrain to their advantage, developing traps that exploit the snow leopard's size and agility, and leveraging their own sheer determination to reclaim their world. Ultimately, the war would culminate in a newfound respect between species, with humans realizing that by harnessing their intelligence and working together, they could not only defeat the giant snow leopards, but also forge a lasting alliance that emphasizes coexistence rather than conflict. In the end, the tale of the giant snow leopards would serve as a powerful reminder of the resilience of humanity, leaving behind a transformed world where collaboration and environmental stewardship become paramount, ensuring that both humans and snow leopards thrive together. This new era would be marked by educational initiatives focused on understanding the ecology and behavior of giant snow leopards, highlighting the significance of biodiversity and inspiring future generations to cherish the planet and its incredible inhabitants. By embracing sustainable practices and fostering a culture of empathy towards all living beings, humanity would not only ensure the survival of the giant snow leopards, but also ignite a global movement dedicated to protecting endangered species and preserving the delicate harmony of nature. As awareness spread globally, initiatives to protect not only giant snow leopards but also other endangered species would gain momentum, driven by passionate individuals and organizations working tirelessly to create a safer, more sustainable world for all forms of life. If you reimagined a world where humans were invaded by giant lynx cats each 100 times their size, one way human beings might prevail in this epic conflict could involve the development of specialized technology that harnesses the unique weaknesses of these enormous felines, allowing for innovative tactics that utilize both camouflage and diversion, while also strategizing urban environments to create effective ambush points from which to launch well-coordinated strikes. In addition to technological advancements, leveraging the dynamics of teamwork and morale among human forces could play a crucial role in overcoming the sheer size and power of the lynx cats, as coordinated assaults, led by military strategists, would aim to exploit their vulnerability to noise and destabilizing tactics that disrupt their hunting patterns. As the conflict escalates, establishing alliances with other surviving factions of humanity and encouraging collaboration could become vital, allowing them to pool resources and knowledge, thereby creating a united front capable of harnessing their combined capabilities for innovative tactics, such as guerrilla warfare and employing traps designed specifically to incapacitate the agile but susceptible lynx cats. Furthermore, adapting to the ever-changing battlefield by implementing advanced surveillance systems could provide crucial intelligence on the movements of the giant lynx cats, allowing human forces to predict their tactics and respond effectively, thereby turning the tide of battle through innovative strategies that capitalize on both ingenuity and adaptability. Ultimately, the resilience of the human spirit would shine through as people from all walks of life contribute to the war effort, utilizing their unique skills to innovate and adapt, thus demonstrating that through collaboration, creativity, and an unwavering commitment to defend their home, humans could not only survive but emerge victorious against the overwhelming threat posed by these colossal lynx cats. If you reimagined a world where humans share the earth with giant horses, and what if those horses attacked humanity? It would become imperative for humans to devise innovative strategies and technologies to reclaim their dominance on the planet. In this scenario, humans might employ a combination of advanced weaponry, strategic military formations, and perhaps even alliances with other creatures or elements of nature to effectively fight back against the overwhelming strength of these colossal adversaries. Ultimately, through ingenuity, bravery, and relentless perseverance, humanity could potentially turn the tide in this battle against the giant horses, employing tactics that prioritize preservation of life, while still ensuring their own safety and future. In a surprising twist, as the conflict escalates, humans may find that dialogue and mutual understanding could pave the way for a peaceful resolution, transforming an adversarial relationship into one of cooperation and shared stewardship of the earth. Through collaboration and respect, humanity might learn that rather than being enemies, they could foster a symbiotic relationship with the giant horses, leading to a harmonious future where both can thrive together on this shared planet. This reimagined world highlights that through empathy, shared goals, and mutual respect, humanity could not only survive but flourish alongside the giant horses, creating a legacy of peace and ecological harmony for future generations. Thus, the journey of conflict transforms into one of collaboration, demonstrating that when faced with formidable challenges, humanity can indeed rise to create a more compassionate and sustainable world alongside even the most unexpected allies. Ultimately, this narrative serves as a reminder that through understanding, collaboration, and shared experiences, even the most daunting conflicts can lead to remarkable partnerships that enrich both species and highlight the beauty of living in harmony. In this reimagined world, education becomes the cornerstone of a harmonious future, as both humans and giant horses share knowledge and experiences, ensuring that the lessons learned from past conflicts cultivate a new generation dedicated to mutual respect and coexistence. In a world where humans face an unprecedented invasion from giant mice standing 100 times their size, our survival would hinge on innovative strategies and collective resilience as we unite to develop advanced technology and defensive fortifications to combat these overwhelming foes. As the battle rages on, we would employ guerrilla tactics, utilizing the element of surprise through ambushes and traps designed specifically to exploit the weaknesses of these massive invaders, showcasing our adaptability and determination in the face of such dire circumstances. With each passing day, we would refine our strategies, collaborating across communities to share knowledge and resources, building alliances that strengthen our defenses and enhance our collective efforts to outsmart these colossal adversaries. By leveraging science and technology, we would not only create ingenious weapons but also discover ways to utilize the giant mice's own instincts against them, crafting clever distractions that draw them away from populated areas and into our carefully laid traps. Through relentless innovation and an unwavering spirit of collaboration, we would celebrate each small victory against the giant mice, turning our fear into empowerment and inspiring hope for a future where humanity can reclaim its planet from these oversized intruders. As the tides of war began to turn in our favor, we would come to realize that our greatest strength lies not only in our technological advancements but also in our unwavering determination and the bonds formed during the struggle, ultimately proving that even the smallest of warriors can triumph against the most formidable of foes. In the aftermath of our hard-fought victory, we would harness our newfound strength and wisdom to rebuild our communities, ensuring that the lessons learned from the giant mouse invasion not only fortified our defenses but also united humanity in a shared commitment to protect our world from any future threats. If you reimagined a world where humans were invaded by giant lions 100 times their size, strategizing for survival would become paramount, with humanity leveraging technology and innovative tactics to defeat their colossal foes. In this reimagined world, the development of advanced weaponry combined with unique tactics such as using decoys and exploiting the lion's natural behaviors would play a critical role in turning the tide of war. As humanity bands together, creating alliances and sharing knowledge, they implement strategies that not only rely on brute force but also emphasize defense, ensuring the protection of their cities while engaging in calculated strikes against their towering adversaries. In their fight for survival, humans would adopt guerrilla warfare tactics, utilizing the element of surprise and leveraging the terrain to outmaneuver their gigantic enemies, all while fostering a spirit of resilience and unity. By harnessing innovative technology and leveraging psychological tactics, humans would not only fight back fiercely but also disrupt the lion's natural instincts, turning fear into a strategic advantage in the ongoing war. In this gripping narrative, the ultimate victory would hinge not merely on strength but on the collective will of humanity, as people from every corner of the globe come together to share their unique skills and knowledge for one common cause. Through unwavering determination and innovative collaboration, humanity not only triumphs over the giant lions but also learns valuable lessons about coexistence and compassion, paving the way for a new era where both species can thrive together. Ultimately, this reimagined world serves as a powerful reminder that even in the face of overwhelming adversaries, understanding and cooperation can lead to healing and a brighter future for all living beings. As humanity celebrates this unprecedented peace, they honor their past struggles, transforming them into stories of hope and friendship that inspire future generations to embrace diversity and compassion in a world once marred by conflict. In a reimagined world where humans share the earth with giant gorillas, a fierce debate arises regarding who would emerge victorious in a potential war, as the sheer physical power and primal instincts of these colossal beings clash against human ingenuity and technological advancements. As strategies are devised and alliances formed, the contrast between the raw ferocity of the gorillas and the calculated tactics of the humans highlights the complexities of this imagined conflict, raising questions about strength, survival, and the true meaning of victory. In this scenario, both sides showcase their unique strengths, with the humans relying on strategic planning and technology, while the gorillas harness their instinctual power and group dynamics, making it a battle of brains versus brawn. As the conflict escalates, the battlefield becomes a testament to the unforeseen consequences of war, with each side suffering losses and learning valuable lessons about the balance of power, coexistence, and the shared fate of all Earth's inhabitants. In the aftermath of the war, a poignant realization dawns on both humans and gorillas about the futility of their conflict, leading to an extraordinary opportunity for reconciliation, mutual respect, and the hope of forging a new path forward together. As dialogue blooms between the two species, bonds form that transcend previous hostilities, emphasizing unity over division and paving the way for a harmonious existence where both humans and gorillas thrive together in a reimagined world. In this transformed reality, the lessons learned from conflict motivate both species to create a sustainable future, celebrating their differences while embracing their shared existence on Earth, ultimately redefining what it means to live in harmony. Through celebration and collaboration, both humans and gorillas cultivate a vibrant society that not only honors their past but also envisions a bright future, demonstrating the power of understanding and teamwork in overcoming adversity.